Good late afternoon / evening, everybody. What do we have today? Monday, June 13th, 2022, and this is episode 370 of 4-3 Sportstalk. Glad to have y'all here. Thank you very much for your continued support of the show. That is now on its 370th installment. We're almost at that big number, which is 400, and we're currently planning for the big episode, the 413 episode. Sometime in July or early August, we're going to try to go with that. So please don't miss that. Continue to watch the episodes because there's going to be some stuff leading up to 13 that's going to get shown in 405 that I'm going to need you guys to talk with me about on that 413th episode. So make sure you take out your pens and your notebooks and shit that day and remember it, write it down because you're going to want to know. Scores from the MLB, WNBA, Western Mass Sports in the NFL's 32-32 draft edition continues as we're on the final division in the NFL. We are going to be talking about the Los Angeles Chargers today. We're going to break that draft down and see if they got any help for this talented quarterback, whether it's a receiver, a running back, offensive, something. Because he passed for over 5,000 yards last year and they didn't make the playoffs, which is unheard of. So we're going to break down their draft just in a couple seconds and see what they got. Episode 370 starts now. NFL 32-32, the final division, AFC West. LA Chargers, here we go. I'll let y'all know what I think about them. This is a very confusing team to me. Are they good? Are they good enough to make the playoffs? What is Herbert in? I'm not sure. Where do we put him? How do we classify him? I really don't know what to make of him at this point. A year ago, I'd say he was right up there and could potentially challenge Rodgers for that MVP spot, but Aaron won it 2 years in a row. But there are no excuses. This roster's honestly they're built to get it done. In 2021, they finished third in the AFC West with a 9-8 record. And you guessed it, yeah, no playoffs. Justin Herbert had a great year, becoming the first Los Angeles Charger, to throw for 5,000 or more yards in a season. His total was 5,015, something like that. Chargers drafted their quarterback of the future, Justin, out of Oregon, 6th overall in 2020, first round, and it was very clear early that this kid was truly something special. Might even potentially have been the future of what we're looking at quarterbacks, statistically speaking. The second week of his rookie season, he kind of was given the starting job and hasn't lost it since. He, with his phenomenal play, set records, including the most touchdown passes by a rookie quarterback, most 300 games by a rookie passer, and was eventually named 2020 Offensive Rookie of the Year. Nice. In 2021, he followed up his rookie performance with an outstanding season, throwing for over 5,000 yards, 38 touchdowns, and another 3 rushing touchdowns on the ground. But 9-8, no playoffs. What the fuck? So we look into this draft class and to try to make sense of it all and see what he has as far as a supporting cast is concerned. First round, 17th overall, Zion Johnson. He's a guard out of Boston College who spent some time playing offensive tackle as well. They should have went cornerback here. I was thinking Trent McDuffie, but hey, that's out of my hands. Gotta love Chargers GM Tom Telesco. Not taking any chances here and using premium draft capital to invest in protection for quarterback Justin Herbert, who has, in my eyes, demonstrated the talent at least to take them deep into the playoffs. Last year, he used their first rounder on the massive anchor at left tackle in the Northwestern's Rashawn Slater. Quietly, he is building the offensive line from the ground up with quality pieces, and with Zion coming onto the field, and all that he can do, the versatility he brings, being able to play in every position along the line, potential day one guy here. So this was a very good pick as far as I'm concerned. Third round, 79th overall, one of my favorite safeties in the entire class, JT Woods out of Baylor. He played opposite of Jalen Petrie. This team has spent most of its offseason bolstering a defense that ranked 29th overall, giving up around 27 points a game. JT Woods' addition to the secondary, he's good, but they face a very unforgiving AFC West boasting two Super Bowl champion passers in Mahomes and Denver's Russell Wilson. And of course, an ever-improving Raiders offense, whose defense is going to start to pick up in a couple years, too. Woods lined up at safety 92% of the time. His defensive, as far as defensive snaps are concerned. I even saw him play a little at slot corner, a role that he really excelled in. So there was kind of like the term coined hybrid safety corner, which is kind of like what he does, what he is. And, you know, his college teammate Jalen Petrie and him, they both played the safety position, but completely different responsibilities. Wow. As you know, Jalen Petrie was allowed to be a little bit more free-roaming based on what he saw as far as his offensive read. Whereas JT Woods wasn't like that, but still had that skill set of the speed to be able to stay in the slot and stay with those wideouts, and also the tenacity and the hit power and the strength and everything that you love in run support. And he could load the box up as well. At several points in his final season, he really flexed his toughness and the ability to be like an inside-outside guy, like for real. Played a lot of linebacker as well towards the end of his college career, and his head coach Brandon Staley has been proven to favor well-rounded, experienced defensive backs, and I think JT found a home here in this Chargers secondary. Anyway, 4th round, 123rd overall, Isaiah Spiller, a halfback out of Texas A&M, one of my favorite backs in this class. One of the top 10 halfbacks list for definite. I really like Izzy's game, but that don't mean that it doesn't come with red flags. I praise whoever was looking at him immensely. I thought I was the only one who noticed that finding a viable option to like back up Austin Eckler was something that needed to seriously be considered. As key as that guy just plays with all fucking disregard to his body. You need to spell him out too when he's tired, and you know he's going to get injured. It happens every year. Two-time All-SEC selection here with Isaiah. The guy's known for his exceptional vision and his ability to hit the gap quickly, and he has amazing hands to complement those abilities. Decent route running ability. I think that the improvement in that area will come with time. Who's he got? He's got Eckler in front of him, so I assume at some point those two will be sharing carries. So it remains to be seen. Amazing hands, halfway decent route running ability. Speed is not elite, but it's good enough, just adequate to get by. And I want him to add more bulk for the play strength to be able to take those hits that's going to be delivered in the NFL. What else do we have? Joshua Kelly and Larry Roundtree 3. You guys heard of them? Oh wait. No, you haven't. But those two guys is who he shares the running back stable with over there in Los Angeles, outside of Austin Eckler. So he's not going to come in and be the automatic number 2 guy. Something he's going to actually have to earn. But I think that Isaiah will be there by the end of the season. He's going to have experience with Austin Eckler and whatever the hell is going to happen with him this year. 5th round, 160th overall, Tito Agabania, if I didn't destroy that. Hybrid defensive end, defensive tackle out of UCLA. 6th round, 195th overall, Jamari Sawyer, a guard from Georgia. Was on my top 10 list, but I wasn't really high about him because I've always thought that last year that was Georgia's weakness. And the only weakness they had was the inconsistent offensive line play and injuries, which is probably why Jamari slid back as far as he did. 6th round, 214th overall, Deanne Leonard, corner from Ole Miss. Don't know too much about him. So 7th round, he was 7th round, 236 overall. Sorry, I forgot a 6th rounder. 6th round, 214th overall. His name was Jasier Taylor, corner from Wake Forest. He is somebody who I've heard of the last couple of years. Consistent guy, very good tackler. The speed and acceleration are what you want. They're right at that elite level. And it's going to be interesting to see if he makes his team, honestly. As I said before, I went over 7th round, 236 overall, Deanne Leonard, corner from Ole Miss, trying to get that secondary shored up and well. And 7th round, 260th overall, Xander Horvath, fullback out of Purdue. Not sure fucking why they took him. But every man works hard to attain a spot, and I completely understand that and respect it as well. And all the years through Pee Wee to JV to varsity, college, into the NFL, no matter what level you're playing at, you got to be grateful and humble. You know the talk. Anyways, the last 5 players they drafted were obviously those of lower talent, guys from small schools, but you need to hear this. The last 2 drafts, well technically 3 now, have been pretty much perfect for the Chargers. They have selected the best available player for the last 35 drafts, the 35 draft rounds. And the back picks ensure depth at a position that will be often tested by this conference. What I think is going to be the best division in football this year. Yes, the AFC West. Mahomes, Wilson, Carr, and Herbert. I think the Chiefs are the eventual AFC champs. No Who Dey this time. That bullshit's not going to happen again. Let's see. The two need to be on Jamar Chase, Cincinnati Bengals wideout, who's going to fucking probably tear the league up this year. But yeah, they're not going to make the postseason yet. Let's be real. Particularly glamorous LA Chargers are kept from the playoffs again, and that GM is put on a very hot seat along with head coach Brandon Staley. Kind of just started though, so you can't really blame him. But anyway, that's it for this edition of NFL's 32 and 32 Los Angeles Chargers. Please let me know how you think I did. Let's talk NBA Finals now. Game 5, Boston at Golden State. Series tied at 2-2 is tonight at 9 o'clock. That's in 2 hours and 52 minutes. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoy that. Go Warriors. WNBA, Chicago over New York, 88-86. Seattle over Dallas, 84-79. Phoenix over Washington, 99-90 in overtime. And Indy over Minnesota, 84-80. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m., the WNBA resumes play with the first of 2 showcases as the Phoenix Mercury travel to our nation's capital to take on the Washington Mystics. And the latter game is at 9 p.m. It's between the 8-5 Seattle Storm and the struggling Minnesota Lynx, who are a low 3-11 this season. That's it. Let's talk about baseball. Cleveland over Oakland, 6-3. Yanks over the Cubs, 18-4. Arizona over the Phillies, 13-1. Milwaukee 4. Washington 1. Atlanta over Pittsburgh, 5-3. Toronto 6. Detroit nothing. Baltimore 10. Kansas City 7. Houston 9. Miami 4. Cincy 7. St. Louis 6. Wow. San Francisco 2. Dodgers nothing. Boston 2. Seattle nothing. Colorado 4, San Diego 2, New York Mets 4, Los Angeles Angels 1, and that is it for Major League Baseball. Now let's talk NCAA. Arkansas beats number 10 Tar Heels of North Carolina 4-1. Virginia Tech over Oklahoma 14-8. Texas over ECU 9-8. Tennessee over Notre Dame 12-4. Texas A&M over Louisville 4-3. Ole Miss over Southern Miss 10-0. Southern Miss is one of the best teams this year. To be fucking blanked by Ole Miss, like, dude, come on. Auburn over Oregon State 7-5. UConn over Stanford 13-12. And that'll do it for NCAA baseball. Now on to the NHL. Really quickly, Wednesday, June 15th, 2022 is the Stanley Cup Finals, Game 1. Tampa Bay Lightning have made their way into the finals again. This is the third time or something like that within like 10, a little less than 10 years. Anyway, Tampa Bay Lightning have made their way to the finals again, beating the Dallas Stars in 2020, and have also been here twice within the last 6 or 7 years. There we go. They get ready to face a tough and extremely well-rested Avalanche team that hasn't won or been back to the Stanley Cup Finals since 2001, and they were coached by none other than Bob Hartley. So yeah, go Avalanche for that series. And that's it for NHL. Western Mass Sports Girls Lacrosse Divisions 1 through 4. Central Catholic over Acton Boxborough 14-8. Wellesley over Chelmsford 14-1. Walpole over Reading 11-6. Longmeadow over Hingham 19-10. Lincoln Sudbury over King Philip 15-5. Franklin over Lexington 19-2. Now into Division 2. Bedford over Leominster 20-8. Wayland over East Longmeadow 17-5. Duxbury over Plymouth North 17-4. Notre Dame Academy out of Hingham over Grafton 15-4, and Holliston 16, Agawam 15. Division 3, Newburyport over Pembroke 22-1, Pentucket 21, Bishop Fenwick 7, Medfield 21, Arlington Catholic 4, Brumfield 16, North Middlesex 5, and Division 5. Now, before we move on to tennis, Ipswich over Waterton 12-2, Manchester Essex 13, Nipmuc 0, and Triton 12, Hamilton Wenham 11. As I said, on to tennis. Quarterfinals, Divisions 1 through 4. Arlington over Needham 3-2. Winchester over Andover 5-0. Brooklyn over Brookline over Boston Latin 4-1. Division 2, Scituate over Notre Dame Academy 3-1. And on to Division 3, there were a couple games. Newburyport over North Reading 4-1. Weston over Whitensville Christian by the same score. And Austin Prep all over Martha's Vineyard 5-0. Division 4, Uxbridge over Monomy 4-1. And now on to softball. The quarterfinals for Divisions 2 and 4. Tewksbury over Somerset Berkeley 7-2, and Wacona over Abington 2-0. And that is it. Boys baseball now as we transition on to the other half of Western Mass Sports. Divisions 1, 3, and 5, the quarterfinals. Taunton over Braintree 3-0. Shrewsbury over Boston College High School 7-3. Catholic Memorial over Central Catholic 9-1. And Franklin over Bridgewater Raynham 5-0. Division 2, Mansfield over Hopkinton 7-6. Milton over Leominster 8-3. King Philip over Plymouth South 14-13. And North Attleboro beats Falmouth 8-5. Division 3, here we go. One game, Austin Prep over Gloucester 6-0. Division 4, Baypad Volk over Joseph Case 4-3. And Division 5 now, Georgetown over Bourne 1-0. Pioneer Valley over Sutton 10-7. Now on to tennis. State tournament divisions 1 and 3 were up. Acton Boxborough over St. John's Prep 4-1. Brookline over Needham 5-0. And Newton North over Wellesley 3-2. Division 3, Martha's Vineyard over Wilmington 3-2. And Wayland over Cape Cod Academy 5-0. And that is it for the 370th episode of 4 and 3 Sports Talk. Love you all. Wishing you health, wealth, and success. And we will see you tomorrow afternoon, I believe, with episode 371 of 4 and 3 Sports Talk. NFL 32 and 32 rolls on as well. I cover the Raiders tomorrow. So if you are a fan of the silver and black, you don't want to miss that. See y'all tomorrow. Have a good day.